Alright, what is going on, Guardian? So I don't normally do build videos, but Bonk Titan is back in full effect. I'm going to make this video short, simple, right to the point, not going to waste any time. So let's get right into it. So starting off, we're going to be on Sunbreaker Titan. And for abilities, I like Rally Barricade, but this is totally up to you. This is personal preference. If you like the Towering Barricade, run it. I just like the Rally Barricade. We're going to be using the Throwing Hammer. Obviously, this is what the whole build is based around, as well as Healing Grenade. Now, you don't need a healing grenade. There's so many different ways to get restoration and keep it procced. However, if you're like me, I just like having that healing grenade and having that quick healing if I do need it. If you want to go for a damage grenade build on top of this, you can. It's actually a a lot of people are using a grenade build with the melee build at the same time. But I just like the healing grenade. It's what I've used forever. I've been using Solar Titan for all my solo flawless dungeon runs, and as long as I've been playing Destiny, so I like that healing grenade, but that's preference. It's up to you. Getting into the aspects. So for the first one, we have Soul Invictus, which solar ability Final Blows, Hammer of Soul impacts, and defeating scorched targets are going to create a sunspot. Our abilities are going to regenerate faster, and our super will drain more slowly while we are standing in a sunspot. Sunspots apply scorch and deal damage to targets inside, and entering a sunspot applies restoration. So to show you that really quickly, we get this hammer kill. It makes that sunspot. When I stand in it, I'm going to get that restoration as well. And we can keep that restoration proc just by getting more kills. And you might also see the Roaring Flames there as well, which is going to be the other aspect that we are running. So Final Blows with solar abilities or ignitions are going to increase the damage of your solar abilities, and this stacks up to 3 times. So Roaring Flames is just great to have on Bonk Titan. You definitely want this damage buff to your melee, and it's really easy to keep it procced. As you see, that timer on there goes up to about 19 seconds. And when you get kills with your hammer, it keeps that timer up, which is nice. Weapon kills, obviously just normal weapon kills won't count, but you're going to have it active anyway. And as you see, we're also keeping restoration procced as well, and radiant. So how we are doing that is by using Ember of Empyrean, which solar weapon or ability Final Blows are going to extend the duration of restoration and radiant applied to you. We are also using Ember of Solace, which radiant and restoration effects applied to us are going to have an increased duration, as well as Ember of Torches, which powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. So those are the 3 that you want to run with this. And then I'm running Ember of Benevolence, which applying restoration, cure, or radiant to allies grant increased grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration for a short duration. Up to you if you want to run this one. You could run something else if you're using a grenade build. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. That one can be preference. But these are just the ones that I run. So just to show you how we're going to keep everything procced, just based on our fragments. We get a hammer kill. We stand in it. We get restoration, Soul Invictus, Roaring Flames. And as you see, we just keep it going. Now, we can also keep restoration up and radiant just by getting these weapon kills here, because we are using a solar weapon in our energy slot. We're keeping our Roaring Flames proc by getting solar kills. And we're just melting everything, creating sunspots. So those are like all your aspects and your fragments and abilities that you want to run. And for artifact mods, we're going to be using Fever and Chill, which rapid precision hits with solar weapons are going to grant you radiant. So just another way to get radiant, we have rapid precision solar hits that are going to give us radiant, as well as a powered melee hits. We also have Radiant Sharpener, which dealing sustained weapon damage, while radiant or defeating a scorched combatant with a weapon is going to cause the target to release solar projectiles that deal damage and scorch on impact. We also have Shield Crush, which while we are radiant, our grenade is going to recharge faster and it will do increased damage. So that's why I was saying if you don't want to use a healing nade, you can use a damage grenade and benefit from this as well. In our energy slot, you want to run a solar weapon. I like having incandescent on it. It's just a great perk to have. I'm using Yeartide Apex. We also have the solar hand cannon from the Arms Week event, which I love with this build as well. With Slideshot Incandescent, you could also use the Proximity Power 1-2 Punch, which goes good with this as well. Mention that you can use the new Solstice armor set, which when you have 2 pieces, you will receive healing temporarily and will grant your solar weapons increased flinch resistance, handling, and reload speed. As well as when you have 4 pieces, rapid solar Final Blows are going to heal you. So just another way to get healing, courtesy of just having a, 4 pieces of that armor set from the Solstice event, which you can get right now anyway. So having that, and you do want to have your melee stat as high as you can get it. The goal is 200 melee. I'm 1 away, which is absolutely painful. But anything to get your melee stat as high as you can is going to benefit you and this build even more. And kind of what I've been messing around with is using the Trials hand cannon. I actually got this after I recorded this video initially. But because I got this roll, it's got Grave Robber and 1-2 punch on it. So what I've been doing in activities is just running around with this shotgun, getting 1 shot to proc that 1-2 punch, and Grave Robber is going to reload this weapon. So melee final blows or dealing damage with a charged melee is going to reload this weapon's magazine from reserves, and this can be down at 0 and it's still going to fully reload it. So if I have 0, I just get a hammer hit and it's going to fully reload the weapon. Now, it's not every single hammer, as you can see, but it's like every other hammer, and it goes right back to full magazine capacity. Now, I'm also running 1-2 punch on this. This is like a perfect combo for this weapon. But you also do less damage with 1-2 punch on this primary. So as you see, it hits for like 839. However, with a shotgun with 1-2 punch, it hits for 1,199. But the thing with this is I've just been running both, and when I'm out of ammo on my special, I just do the same thing with my primary. I proc 1-2 punch, keep proccing Grave Robber. Both of these have 1-2 punch and Grave Robber, so I don't ever have to reload these weapons manually, and I can just spam 1-2 punch as many times as I want on enemies. But up to you what you want to run for weapons. Just 1-2 punch shoddy, and you can also use tractor cannon. Now, you don't have to use tractor cannon on this, but if you are going for like DPS solo, it is a free 30% damage buff just by rocking it. So you shoot it, you get that 30% damage buff, you throw your hammer and rock 1-2 punch, and you're doing pretty good damage. Honestly, I've seen some people one phase like the Grasp of Avarice first boss with this, but now we are using Wormgods with this build. Now, defeating a target with a melee or a finisher is going to grant escalating melee damage, which will decay over time. Higher levels of Burning Fist is going to grant increased weapon damage. Burning Fist is great to have with this build. They also just changed this exotic recently. The maximum PvE melee damage bonus has been increased from 275% to 400%. And melee damage bonus is no longer decreased when using with Roaring Flames, which for us is perfect because we're using Roaring Flames with this build. So getting into really quickly here as well, the mods. In my helmet, I have Hands On, which we're going to gain a bonus super energy on melee kills. So I'm also using Solar Siphon, which rapid solar weapon final blows are going to create an orb of power. In our arms, we're using double impact induction, which causing damage with a powered melee attack is going to reduce our grenade cooldown, as well as grenade kickstart, which when we do have an armor charge, when we use our grenade, it's going to give some of that energy back when we use it, as well as solar weapon surge, but up to you what surges you want to run on the legs. I'm also running Better Already, which our health will begin to immediately regenerate after picking up an orb of power. In our Titan mark, we're going to be using Outreach, which reduces melee cooldown when using our class ability. So if we do somehow lose our hammer, we'll pop our barricade and gain some of that energy back towards getting that hammer fully charged to use it, as well as Double Bomber, which reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So as you see, we just get our hammer kills. We're proccing Burning Fist. We have Restoration. Roaring Flames is proc. We're making sunspots. It's pretty hard to die using this build as well, because if you are out of range for the hammer, right, you could just shoot your SMG and that's going to keep your Restoration and everything procced as well. Yeah, this build is a ton of fun to use. And that is it on this video and this build. Let me know your thoughts on this build in the comments down below. Are you running Bonk Titan for damage or just general play or whatever? Let me know in the comments down below. Bonk Titan is back. This is it for the build video. We'll see you on the next one. Uppers.